Cullen, Brian Phillips, Chris Kinloch, Kowloon and Glasgow Warriors, and James King. And for the Kings,
Names on the team sheet.
this is the...
Oh, we've got a quick try straight off the bat.
Scottish Exiles.
Scottish Exiles scoring straight away, making it 5-0. The scorer was one of the Scottish Exiles, because we were somewhat distracted by administration.
Got a bit of China rugby on that.
This is the this is the
GFI
Gladiators, yes. There's Gladiators. Gladiators letting one slip early on there.
So a quick start there for Scottish Exiles. They'll be happy with that, having been perhaps a little bit unlucky losing a man in that last final.
No, they've got a bit of more set up there, so it's a scrum down there to the Gladiators.
The scrum's too Scottish, I think, actually, Robin.
Scottish. And we want to make sure which is which. Who's in the purple one?
And these Scottish players, they all look the same. So
I'm not too sure whether that's purple for the shirt or they're just cold.
So it's got to be. It's because the Scottish have just scored, so they're the Scottish who've now got the ball.
Scottish are in lilac.
Yep. And the Gladiators are in the pink.
Always want to know what lilac look like.
Lilac versus pink. Oh, and look at that. And there's a lesson for a Scottish prop, lifted clean off the ground by the Gladiators prop there. Oh, and that penalty, I would say, is the wrong way round.
Yeah, I'm not sure you can lift anyone in,
he
in a
didn't
game.
lift him, he drove underneath him and he stood up.
And he popped him.
He popped him, yeah.
Not sure you're allowed to do that either, is it? Then again, I said I wouldn't go there with the front row stuff, so I won't.
Put it this way, if I was the Gladiators prop, I'd been very pleased with myself coming out of that scrum.
Having done that, right.
I've been in the receiving end of that enough times.
It's never pleasant, Brucey.
So once again, it's the Scottish ball, who are leading by 7 points to 0.
Nice change of direction there. Hitting well, but the Gladiators doing well. They're not shying away from the tackle. Outside, and
I talked to the Scottish captain after the last game, and he was very much saying that they didn't get it wide and take them on out wide as much as they wanted to Gabgal. So I'd expect to see them try to go a bit. I know it's a different team they're playing, but I think they might try and go wide, side to side here.
Certainly got a bit colder now, or cooler I should say, at least, with that breeze coming in. That's going to make it a bit easier for the players out there. It looked like it was just going to continue to keep getting warmer and warmer, but it's backed off a bit. And the players will be pretty thankful for that.
If you find the King's College team sheet when you can, late, because we need to go through the pronunciations of all the names.
Aye. Yeah, we will do. We've got to make sure we don't get too much out of kilter next time there, Bruce. I think, right, thank you. Helps with a microphone in front of your mouth, doesn't it?
Nice nudge through from the Scottish Exiles, and they're in the corner. Well, a kick that worked, Robin.
Yeah, that's Chris Kinloch. He's gone through. He's got a little grub kick through and picked up going around the outside.
Member of the Kowloon Cricket Team is the kick comes up.
Chris used to be with the Glasgow Warriors and now moved over to Hong Kong with the Kowloon Rugby Club here in Hong Kong.
So here we are, Brucey. We're going through to our linguist specialist here, Brucey, to go through the King's College names there. Got them all memorised. It could be a bit of a problem if you want to be called. Oh, there is Jock Campbell. Yes, that looks like a pretty good, solid Scottish name there, isn't it, Brucey?
The thing is, Leighton, if you know anything about Scottish history, you can't trust the Campbells. They don't even have their soup.
Right.
There we go. We've got the penalty again here for the Glasgow for the Scottish.
So Scottish looking pretty much in control of the game here.
Very much, yeah.
Yeah, I think maybe the Gladiators just took a lot out of themselves in that first game.
Right.
You know, it's got, if the Exiles could post a good result here, they got to go and play probably a very, very fired up Samurai team. But they've got to go in full of confidence to give them a game.
Just going through the filing here, Bruce. We seem a bit of trouble with the alphabet. We're trying to put these back in the right order. Aye.
Away goes.
And there we go, a try for the Gladiators, number 5.
Sensational wheels.
And thank you very much to Robin Bradbury. Now Robin Bradbury's back in the box again. We'll be getting Terry right up here back later on.
Scores the try, converts the try, and brings the CRFA Gladiators within 5 points of the lead. Could we have another humdinger on the way here? 5th place, Scottish Exiles. 12th, CRFA Gladiators. 7th.
So well done, Gladiators. That'll give them a bit of a lift of confidence getting that in. They converted it. Now it's 12-7. It's a bit of a game now. Nice touchdown there by Hong Kong Scottish player Don
Kane Bacall.
Yep. Taken up nicely. There it is. There's the ball. Ooh.
Coming in from the side, looks like.
You can hear the coach down the sideline exhorting his players on.
Be good to see the Gladiators getting a try in here.
Well,
He's through.
It's working well.
Can they just hold the ball? Unfortunately, knocked it on.
you have to put my partisan hat back on here and say that Scottish have actually got to get back in control of this.
Right. Still time on the clock, 2.5 minutes to go, 12-7. One
First
converted
half.
try will do it for the Gladiators.
Just the first half, wait.
To the first half, my apologies, Bruce. You're too busy doing the filing.
Well, the conditions have changed, definitely. I think a nice coolness coming over the pitch. So hopefully now we can just get down to rugby and not worry about the weather too much.
I was going to say, Robin, it just shows why we don't do the weather forecast, because we told everyone earlier on how much hotter it was going to get in the afternoon.
Correct, yeah.
No one home down there, big kick
this is
down
good
there.
pressure from Scottish.
That was a great kick. They could see no one was back there, and they put the ball all the way down. Now we're right down in the Gladiators 22. They have the ball though.
Maybe didn't press hard enough because they let him pass out of trouble.
I should have lost that advantage. It was a great kick. But Scottish have come out with the ball now, and they're attacking pretty solidly. Nice big run there by number 8.
Kane again.
Kane again. He's doing a lot of hard work today. He's making that ground.
Was staying strong on the feet.
Big long pass, but well caught. Found the man out wide, but no room. Going over the ball.
Oh,
Yeah, nice run here.
oh, and
And through goes number
yes,
10,
it's
Gregor McNeish.
doing this Hong Kong Scottish 10. Been one of the really exciting 10s in Hong Kong rugby this year, actually.
Right.
Alongside the young lad from Kowloon, who's been very special as well.
Against the CRFA Gladiators.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Gladiators, thinking they need a bit more ball retention, and if they can hold it rather than trying to throw that last pass away when they get tackled, then they might be able to get some consistency,
I think they just maybe
some phases going.
Yeah, I think they're just maybe a little bit nervous about contact and just want to keep the ball in play, and perhaps they just need to take it and chance their arms, settle it down again and step to the next phase. I think they're just trying to...
They're a real threat with ball in hand. We saw it against Samurai as well. They really got there.
Scottish, they'll be a bit happy with that. They're looking a bit scrappy there for a few minutes, but they seem to now be back in control. There we go. Just not quite moving onto that ball. They're a bit static now. Scottish with the ball.
But there's the penalty going over the
Well,
top.
that was Kane again, doing all the good work, but then giving away the penalty.
Need to see a clear and obvious release, don't we? It's,
No, right decision from the referee.
Ball spilled out there, luckily, to Dragons. Gladiators' way, I should say. There's the ball.
hold.
Oh, not holding that ball, are they? Nice little flick pass back there, and another one.
Well, some intricate play there from the Scottish.
Right. Ball in hand. Just cutting back inside.
He's taking in. He took it into number 2 channel, sucking in the 2 and 3
Yeah, committing all those players in the defence.
on that defensive pod.
Scrambling to hang on here is the Gladiators. But it looks like it's going to be
Big
a bit
pass out wide.
tough, I think. Yep. Look at that step. Nicely done. Gladiators having to scramble from one side of the paddock just to hold them back, having to commit 2 or 3 players to hold back the charging Scottish Exiles, and that's left them short, and just trying to cover that ground to get the outside man is just too much.
Stepping inside shoulder, yeah, exactly. That's it. When you have to make, when you give it too much work to do, try and to get across to cover.
Yeah.
Then when you change your angles, it's
While you're down there, Brucey.
There's 8 sheds to do, and it's not a good place. Scottish Exiles 22, CRFA.
So half-time here, Scottish pretty much comfortably in control now, 22-7. Gladiators look like they had a bit of a chance there to maybe get closer, but there's still another half to go, and they'll need to start with some pretty convincing play when we return.
yeah. What would you say then, Leighton? To the what would be the coach saying to his Gladiators team at this stage?
Well, I'd just say you've got to hang on to that ball and maybe get 1 or 2 players in quite quickly around to support them. Don't have to keep running it. I know they don't want to go into contact, but I don't think they've got much option. You can't play this game without taking contact and steadying yourself again, because you're running yourself ragged. So
Yeah. So they've got to create that contact, to create that offside line. So then the other team have to get back and work hard.
Yeah.
So
They were doing it well in the regular game today. They had a couple of the boys in the centre hitting it up just very straight and hard, and then the next phase they just the guy stepping on the base. It's Scottish, well, I think you'd say they a couple of minutes in the middle of that half when they went off the boil, but otherwise they're playing it fairly sensibly, using their runners and just playing off.
that's right, John. Yeah. Good.
yeah, physically the Scottish boys are a bit bigger, so they again just sucking those players in, creating the gaps.
So John, what would you say then to the Scottish boys now at half time if you were the coach?
Thank you very much for that.
Apart from that Scottish bit, what else would you say?
That wasn't me, any that was listening. That was Leighton. Just keep the ball very, very secure. They know they can break the gain line carrying it, and just make sure the passes go to hand, because the only real danger is if they lose control of the ball.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any need to be kicking in behind or anything. I think ball in hand, retain the ball, and then just go through the phases.
Yeah, as I say, for the Gladiators, keeping hold of that ball when they're going wide and not trying to throw offload too quickly. Quick rucks.
Here we go.
Keep the ball moving from side to side. Yeah, correct.
Start. Nice hands. Took the tap.
Oh dear, watch out there. It hadn't gone 10, but that was a bit of a lift up that beyond the horizontal.
I think it's a bit unfortunate. I think he's just lifted his legs. I don't think there was anything.
What's he doing here?
He's going to touch his touch judge because of that tackle, which I think there was absolutely nothing in.
No, it's just full on. I mean, I think he was actually jumping up to get the ball anyway. It was just
Unfortunately, now with the new rules out, it's due care to the player. So whether you mean it or not, if the feet are going above and you're in contact with the player, that's the problem.
I agree with you, Rob. I just actually don't think he actually went past the horizontal there. I think one leg came up, and then I think that was it.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have the TMO, the luxury of the TMO in this 10s, do we?
No, I get my didactic memory, but seeing as what I've got Alzheimer's, it doesn't work as well now.
Like I say, all these new rules, Bruce, Robin, I'm trying to get used to the original ones from about 1960 odd.
Leighton, why would you start paying attention to the rules now?
I know, a bit late really. So coming, thank you very much, Robin Bradbury. He's taking a well-earned break just to go back and just complete his homework. Meanwhile, coming to take over from Robin is Terry Wright, All Black, and the 1987 squad that won New Zealand the first World Cup. Welcome back, Terry.
The issue here
Thanks, good to be back again.
Robin has left me with 2 New Zealanders.
You're in safe hands then, aren't you?
Well, someone will have to bring the culture to the conversation. That's all I've got to say.
Well, we won't be looking to you, Bruce. Unfortunately, put down there again by the Gladiators. They had a bit of a chance with the ball, but they're just not hanging on to it.
Yeah. I thought culture was something that grew when you left the food out of the fridge too long.
No, that's yogurt for you boys down in the Southern Hemisphere.
Right, so a bit of competition in the commentary box as well. Scrumming coming in here. Scottish Exiles have been doing fairly well now. Obviously got the bigger physical bulk. 24-7. The Gladiators really need to get some points on the boards real quick. So have a hope of turning this around. Scottish feed. Well, nicely snagged. Scottish still managed to clear it. Nice fend into the gap there, nicely done. Making a break. Look at that, great support. Big fella, he did well to get that far up. Plenty of support there helping him. And there goes through number 4 for Scottish. Francis Smith puts it in under the
There's a lad from the Cook Islands.
Pleased with himself, good result.
Nice bit of support there for Scottish though. Every time they turn around, there's another man to take the ball.
Yeah, and it's all coming from directly behind the runner too, so very easy to go to deck, pop the ball up and hit the ball at pace.
What did you think to that game between Samurai and Gavkal, Terry? That was a bit of a turn-up.
Bit of a turn-up, yeah. It seemed that Samurai were a little bit one-dimensional with their tactics, I thought. They didn't have a lot of options other than sort of confronting and
but it worked in the second half. They got caught out in the first half. I think they just didn't play very well in the first half. They had a good, strong second half.
Yeah, I think you know, teams with strong reputations here forget that the other teams want to knock them off their perch. They become targets.
Didn't go 10 on the kick-off here, so it was a penalty to Gladiators. Certainly.
Still
Stepping
lovely
well.
running
Nicely
skills for
done.
number 7.
And
that deserves a try.
Well done.
That's absolute. A spin,
Yeah.
2 steps. I think probably 4 players beaten there. The spin was the special bit. Number 7, are you going to pronounce that, Leighton?
Number 7
is it?
Gao Ying Hao.
Yeah.
From number 7.
Anyway, so that was a well-earned try there for the Gladiators. Great score, and they managed to convert that as well. So 31-14.
I think that's best individual try of the tournament so far.
Yeah, pretty good. Turn around, nice little swivel. Got out. I mean, they're pretty good. They're very fleet on their foot too. That's their strength. They're fast. They're quick. It's the physical stuff that makes it difficult for them.
There's no replacement for pace.
Yeah, Bruce,
unfortunately, the accuracy of the kick's becoming important in this game. It's the second kick-off in a row that hasn't gone 10. And the ref goes down. Tell you what, the shortest route to the goal line was straight through the referee there.
Yeah. The number of years I've played rugby and wanted to do that.
You have to say the referee has recovered well.
And he's doing it with a smile on his face. That's good to see.
That could be because he's got a broken jaw, but so Gladiators line out ball here. I've got to believe they've still got a chance, having got 2 good tries there.
As we were saying earlier on, these teams are maybe not playing, maybe not expected to win some games today, but they've got to keep their patterns, start playing, because there will be games when it breaks into the pools tomorrow. They've got a real chance of winning.
Yeah, you did right, Bruce. I remember playing here with DA against Fiji Magicians. I think we lost 70-0. There's been none of that here at the moment. It's all being fairly respectable in terms of scores. Some teams fairly clear and decisive in terms of the wins, but it's not been huge. Lovely run here by Gladiators through. Lovely support again. Look at this. And nice hands.
They take it wide, he's going for the line.
No, he didn't quite get there. Nice.
Great chase. I have to say there was a magnificent takeout from the supporting runner.
Yes,
in the
some
centre
may have felt that was obstruction.
Yeah.
The defender was well and truly sat in his backside.
It was well done.
That was a nice.
Maybe the referee just thought that one of them deserved it after they did it to him. That was a good chase by Scottish, because that was
a scramble and they tied him down, that's for sure, Brucey.
As I say, I'd like to have the TMO for that take out in the middle. It was entertaining.
So Scottish ball here. Three minutes to go.
No real sweeper in behind again.
Sorry, yeah, a bit open down the back here. Ooh.
Oh, bit of miscommunication there. The pass starting into the player's chest with you had no idea it was coming.
Bit of a penalty. You're right, Brucey. No one's way down here. You might think they'd go for a big kick. There's no
I
sweeper.
suppose the answer is you don't really want to kick it to these boys, even if you turn them round. They got a sweeper back in the lane.
Got the line out anyway.
Yes, 2 minutes 30 left on the clock. You feel safe, but you don't really want to tempt fate by giving the other guys the ball.
No, exactly. I think, and it may even be, you know, if there was to be a tight game between Scottish and Samurai later, it may be that points are very important.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, Scottish no hurry to put the ball into the line out. They'll take their time. Nice take, made up beautifully. Oh, nice angle run, bullocks through.
Lovely delayed pass, actually.
Quick ball here is important. They've committed 3 to the ruck. So
Now, chase, a kick for Jamie to chase doesn't seem the best tactic.
Bit
Jamie
unfair.
Pickott, one of the larger number ones on the pitch. Not really an option.
he forged on. He's managed to win his team a penalty. So,
So we'll call that a good decision, shall
yes, we? Yes, well, he was certainly fleet of foot.
Clock ticking away, slipping well beyond, I think, now Gladiators' chances.
Yeah, but like the first game, Leighton, they've stuck to it, they've played well.
Yep.
Good with ball in hand.
Oh, good on. No, they've certainly showed they can play the game, all right. There's no doubt about that. Nice cheeky quick one to the front.
Oh.
Is Jamie going to get there? Big off.
Yeah.
And
That's more his forte, I would have thought, rather than chasing the chip kick up the wing. He's just bowling through people to get to the try line.
I think he was playing to his strengths there.
Put it in front of me with 6 yards and only one person in front of me is a lot easier than making me chase a kick.
Yeah. That person rapidly became a speed bump.
Skill and enthusiasm. The conversion is successful. That's 38 points to 14. Time for the place, the Scottish Exiles lead the CRFA.
I think you've got him there, Bruce.
So
You're
18, 15 seconds to go, 38 to 14. Scottish over the Gladiators. Convincing win about to happen for the Scottish Exiles.
Finley this way.
Not before one last penalty
one more
from
go
the
for the
referee.
Gladiators here.
And
Oh.
here we go. A yellow card with 0 seconds remaining on the clock.
Well,
There we go,
Aggressive
well over.
running.
Not a lot of options out. Well, he's through.
very good fend from number
Strong
one.
on the fend.
Yeah, they managed to keep the ball nicely done. Gladiators just looking for someone to put it to.
Men
Out
available
wide.
out wide.
Ooh. I think they're going to.
Oh,
Can he keep it in play? Can he keep it in play? Oh, just, no. Playing with it on the ground there a bit,
Another penalty
Jamie.
and another yellow card. Scottish down to 8 men.
Yeah, with 0 seconds to go.
With still 0 seconds to go.
I think I'd still be feeling okay about it.
Hope there's no cumulative effect of these yellow cards that might come back to haunt them.
Oh,
And
didn't put it down,
you
I
have
don't
to say that the consolation try was butchered.
It was, with 10 versus 8, taking a man on one close to the line doesn't seem the right option to me.
Okay, next up we have the Asia Pacific Dragons versus the King's College from Australia. And I was about to read out the team names, but Leighton just took them away from me.
so playing for King's College, just to get it clear, Campbell Wakely, Tim Manns, Thomas Van Zessen, Shannon Goodman, Joshua Fire, Scott Gale, Edward Gibson, Jock Campbell, Harry McNulty, Kim Henderson, Jackson Cook from New Zealand, interesting enough, Ben Campbell,